Everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So yesterday, I let you guys know that the Justice Department provided a pathetic excuse for Alex Acosta's failure to seek justice for the many sexual assault victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his pedophile accomplices. And now a new fact has emerged, which makes their determination even more outrageous, if that's even possible. The Justice Department briefed Epstein victims and their attorneys about their findings on Thursday of this past week. In that briefing, they revealed that 1 full year of Alex Acosta's emails have vanished. And guess what period of time those emails happen to cover? You guessed it, from May of 2007 to April of 2008. It just so happens to be the period of time in which he was working on Epstein's case and corresponding with Dershowitz, Lefkowitz, and others on Epstein's legal team. So the Justice Department is blaming the loss of these emails on a, quote, technical glitch. Yeah, I'm sure it's a technical glitch. And attorney Paul Cassell, he represents some of Epstein's victims, had this to say in regard to the Justice Department finding that Acosta simply exercised poor judgment. He said, quote, "This report is a cover-up. How can you possibly claim you've done a thorough investigation without exploring these issues?" So Cassell blasted the OPR division of the Justice Department for refusing to interview Epstein's attorneys as part of their investigation. I mean, this whole thing, this is just a joke. This is an absolute joke. And he took issue with the fact that the OPR report essentially uses Acosta as a scapegoat so that others in the Justice Department face no scrutiny. And he's right. Cassell stated, quote, "The report lets Acosta take the fall for everybody. That's very convenient since he's left the Justice Department." Yeah, there were others involved, but they're pinning it all on Acosta, who's now gone, and they're letting him off the hook even, saying, well, yeah, it was poor judgment, but he didn't really do anything wrong. Really? Then where are his emails? And why couldn't you go to Epstein's attorneys? Number one, they didn't even bother to interview Epstein's attorneys before making this determination in over a year of an investigation into how Epstein got such a complete sweetheart deal, slap on the wrist, where he didn't even legitimately go to jail or to prison after decades and decades of raping and assaulting and abusing children as little as 11 years old. And yet they let him walk. They took it away from the feds, made it a state issue, and then let him walk. And yet you don't take the time to meet with Epstein's attorneys and interview them. You don't ask for their emails. Okay, let's assume Acosta was the victim of a technical glitch and that something just happened to all of his emails during that time. There were emails that he sent. There were emails that other people sent to him. Did all of their computers, did all of their email servers have a technical glitch? You can find those emails. You can go to those other parties and have them provide the emails to you. But that wasn't done. Why? This is a blatant attempt to subvert justice again, to cover up for whatever the original cover-up was. It's so obvious. And the sick thing is, they know we're not stupid. They know that we all know, right? They know that we're all looking at this and reading it and hearing it and going, this is so obvious. You guys are just covering it up again. Once again, no justice for the victims. And you're going to let the people who let Epstein walk, you're going to let them off the hook and make them pay no price for allowing additional young girls, children, and young women to be violated for how many years before Epstein was finally arrested. And yet they don't care. They don't care because they know they can get away with it. I mean, literally, it's like in our faces. They're going, yeah, we know you guys see through this. We know you see it for what it is, but what are you going to do about it? I mean, Trump and his team were supposed to be the ones that were supposed to ride in on their white horses and make everything okay and take all these people down. Isn't that what QAnon kept saying? That Trump was going to take issue with these pedophiles, that Trump was going to put an end to all of this? How many people out there are still believing this QAnon bullshit? Next to this Acosta report, QAnon is the next biggest joke. Nothing they've said has come to pass. It is the most ridiculous thing that there are still people out there who believe it, who still believe that QAnon is a real thing. And now, I mean, are we going to see Trump, who's been harping on Clinton's missing emails for 5 years, stand up and scream and yell about Acosta's missing emails? No, not going to happen. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know who it's going to take, but someone has to take these people down. Someone has to step up and ensure justice is done. And that not just people like Maxwell and Jean-Luc Brunel, not just the pedophiles, not just the Prince Andrews of the world who actually most likely took part in all of this, but the people who allowed it, the people who looked the other way, who buried their heads in the sand and pretended like they did all they could do, nothing more we could have done. Those people need to pay as well. People like Acosta need to spend the rest of their life behind bars. I don't know what can be done. I don't know. I don't know if the victims themselves have the right legally to maybe file civil suits against Acosta. I don't know, but these people can't be allowed to go on living a life of luxury and power and put in positions of power like Acosta was as the labor secretary in Trump's administration. After what they've done, after what they've allowed to be done, they deserve prison time, or at the very least, they deserve to lose everything and live a life in poverty, like so many Americans in this country who work their asses off and do the right thing and don't hurt children. As always, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.